Hey guys, it's Ndoplex and welcome back to some more Monster Hunter Wilds, and today we are going to be going through another 10 things that you probably didn't know about Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, if you're like me, then you will just love to find and explore every single corner of this game, and that is exactly what I have been doing. Over the past few days, I've seen so many great comments from all you guys telling me about the cool and hidden things that you have seen throughout Monster Hunter Wilds. And if you've seen any more cool, interesting things that haven't been mentioned so far, please be sure to comment them down below and I will definitely check them out. But you know the drill by now. If you know all 10 of these things on the video, then feel free to give me a dislike. But if there is at least one that you didn't know, be sure to like and subscribe to the video. So without further ado, let's kick it off. And for number 10, it is going to be the fact that your Palico will actually run off and do some pretty random things while in camp. He doesn't just stand by idle while you're messing around, crafting new weapons or going in and out of your tent. He will actually occasionally run off to do his own thing, and whenever I see him run off to do one of these things, I always just think it is super interesting just watching him go out and live his own life rather than just hanging around the hunter all the time. So I think that's super cool. You see him here sleeping on the back of the wagon over here. That's pretty cute. And you can see him over here trying to wave to the actual people over there on the boat. And you can see sometimes they'll even get out some of their equipment and also play with it, which is actually just super cute. I've seen them mess around with the paralysis trap, the flash trap, and pretty much all of their equipment, and I just think it's super fun how they're just kind of messing around with it. What a cool detail. So for number 9, it is going to be something that's going on in your tent, and you might have seen that actually inside your tent you can see this lovely little Cukoo Clock, and he will gently sway back and forward to the music as you're here chilling in your tent. But did you know that this guy will actually change his rhythms depending on what music you've got playing? You can see at the minute we have a Moment of Peace, which is the nice, light, quiet background music. But what happens if you put on the Roaring Sandstorm music? And you can see as the tempo of the music shifts, then so does the Cukoo Clock in the background, which I think is just such a cool little feature, because obviously this thing is sort of playing the music, so watching it jump around like crazy during the different shifts of music is super cool. And for number 8, this one's going to be to do with your mum. I mean, Congalala. Now, if you've ever been fighting Congalala, then you will probably have seen that occasionally amidst this guy trying to fart on you or scratch you with his giant claws, he will sometimes go ahead and sniff out a truffle to dig up. And now, if you actually interrupt him during his digging animation for this truffle, you can actually find this unearthed truffle on the ground that Congalala hasn't had a chance to pick up, and you can go ahead and pick it up to claim it for yourself. What a crazy funny interaction this is. Sorry Congalala, no more mushrooms for you. Hopefully then you might stop farting. And for number 7, it's going to be right back to Congalala, and unfortunately some more farting. Now, you guys might not have done this because in general I find that pitfall traps are not the most useful traps. I find shock traps are in general much more useful than pitfall traps, just due to the fact that you're able to place them down much faster than a regular pitfall trap. However, if you actually decide to catch Congalala using a pitfall trap, well, something pretty interesting will happen. He will fall in head first and be captured this way, and will just stay next to you farting all the time while he is unconscious underground in the pitfall trap. So yeah, have fun with this detail, I guess. So for number 6, if you've played through the Monster Hunter story, you almost certainly would have seen this brilliant cutscene, I struggle, ergo I am. And this is the one where we find our good buddy Rove has been caught in a bit of a sticky situation with a Nursilla that has got him hanging from the roof, bound tightly, ready to be its next meal.
Ah, now death greets me with a new mask. Or are you my salvation?
However, unfortunately for Rove, this doesn't seem like an isolated incident, because she can actually head down to Area 5 once again and see that Rove has been once again caught by the nurse Scylla. And if you go ahead and rescue him, he will reward you with a few different items. Sometimes it's an ingredient item, and occasionally he will give you an ancient Wyverian coin. So, Rove, just be more careful in the future, dude. So for number 5, it is going to be the fact that if you actually open your menu and head over to system, you can enter something called photo mode. And now if you take a photo, you actually see a Palico come next to you and draw this very lovely photo that you have just taken. And he will show it up proud as anything of the nice new photo that he has taken for you. Look at that. He's so happy with his work. Thank you, dude. So, yeah, even the photo mode in this game actually has a real application where this little Palico will come and draw whatever you want to photograph. So, next time you're taking a picture of anything suspicious, just remember that a poor Palico has to sketch whatever you've just taken a picture of, and you have to live with the fact that you made him sketch that thing. And for number 4, it's going to be the fact that if you've ever been in photo mode and tried to use any of the poses, you will see that your Palico often mimics a similar sort of pose to you and will try and join in with a photo as best he can. But did you also know, if you've acquired some Suja textiles and you've actually crafted the feline Suja helmet, which gives your little Palico a nice frog companion, then this frog will actually also try and mimic some of these poses on top of you and your Palico as well. So everybody's trying to join in with the fun. For number 3, it is going to be more changing weapons, which I just think are super cool. So if you guys find any more of these changeable weapons, please let me know, because I just think these are absolutely awesome. For this one, it is going to be the Nu Udra Hammer, that when we charge to level 3, you can see that the actual eye on the hammer will open, which is just super cool. Man, I just love it so much, these changing weapons. I just think they're absolutely awesome. Now, for number 2, it is going to be the fact that if you've ever been to the Oilwell Basin, you might actually notice that the water changes during each different season. Now, you can see here, I'm over in the Season of Plenty, and all of this water around these sort of orangish areas on the map seem to be just kind of like muddy water. But if we come back to this exact same area during the Season of Inclemency, you will see something quite different indeed. And you can see, coming back to this exact same area at Area 10, the water which we saw not so long ago has very much changed in texture to this really thick, sludgy oil during Season of Inclemency. So yeah, it's just really cool how even the maps change a little bit throughout the different season. Not just that everything's on fire now, but also the water turning to this horrible oily colour now when we're during the Season of Inclemency and the weather is at its most fierce. And for number 1, you will see sometimes that if you actually get caught in these strange weather conditions during the Season of Inclemency, your character's model will actually change depending on the environment that you're in. As you can see, I'm in the Oilwell Basin right now, surrounded by all this oil. So I've changed my armor here to some lovely white Arcveld armor, and unfortunately for us, it's not going to stay white for very long. If we start rolling around in all of this oil, you will soon see that our clothes take a horrible oily color, which is just super cool. And something that's super cool about this oil as well is that, as you can see here, I have quite a lot of fire going on. Now, if I just run through this fire very quickly, it's not going to do an awful lot to me. It will deal a little bit of damage to me, but nothing too crazy. However, if I am actually covered in oil and I run through this fire now, I will instantly ignite on fire and start taking a lot of fire damage over time. I mean, just look at that effect. It's super, super cool. The fact that I'm covered in oil makes it so that I just light on fire much quicker than when I'm not covered in oil is just so insane, in my opinion. And I can't believe Capcom put these sort of details into the game. And honestly, I just think that's super amazing. And I had to share it there with you guys today. And so that's going to be it from me today, guys. That is going to be 10 things that you probably didn't know about Monster Hunter Wilds. If you enjoyed this video anyway, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you guys for some more Monster Hunter Wilds content soon. And remember, if there was just one of these 10 things that you didn't know already, please be sure to like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.